But also running through that tee on Saturday is a brand new Tennessee defense. For more, let's head over to Lauren and Max for this week's Rocky Top Sports Report.
Thanks, guys. And there is going to be a lot of new faces on the football field tomorrow.
From transfers to five-star freshmen, there's a lot of names that will be wearing the orange and white for the first time. And to give us a few to look out for, let's head over to Patrick Falcon and Taylor Langford outside of Neyland Stadium on the Williams Terrace.
That's right, guys. We're outside of Neyland Stadium ahead of tomorrow's orange and white game. And a big thing to watch tomorrow is going to be the quarterback battle. Now, an important thing to note is that Coach Heupel has not confirmed anything about a starter and probably won't until it gets closer to the season, as most coaches do. But former four-star and redshirt freshman George McIntyre is currently taking the first-team reps, and five-star true freshman Faison Brandon is taking the second-team reps. Now, something to look for in McIntyre is, can he put on weight? He's currently listed at 6'6", 200 pounds. He's going to need to bulk up a little bit if he wants to be a starter in the SEC. And as for Brandon, can he figure out this offense and get a good grasp of it? And from what we're hearing, it's a resounding yes. He has taken a big leap into understanding what can be a complicated offense. And because of his high ceiling and his playmaking ability, this can put him ahead of McIntyre in the long run. Now, something else to watch for tomorrow, Taylor, is going to be that Vols defense.
Now, that's right, Patrick. Last season, the Achilles heel for your Tennessee Volunteers was the defense. And in wake of firing defensive coordinator Tim Banks, the Volunteers signed Penn State's Jim Knowles, who previously helped Ohio State to their national championship in 2024. Now, alongside him, he brought four defensive guys, most notably Chaz Coleman, the five-star transfer number 2 edge rusher in the portal, who as a true freshman had 6 solo tackles, 8 total, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble. Now, him alongside returning guys such as Arion Carter and Ty Redmond, the Volunteers will look to return to their high standard of defense that they have had in previous years. Now, I will be boots on the ground covering the game tomorrow, but for more in-depth coverage of the orange and white game, make sure to tune in to Torch Sports at 2 p.m., now streaming on the WVLT News app. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, guys. And with the orange and white game comes many returning VFLs, and one in particular has decided to make his return to Rocky Top extra special.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara, in conjunction with the football team, announced on Instagram last night that he would be making a large gift.
Kamara said in the post, quote, "There are certain experiences that shape you throughout your life. In my heart, it was only right that I pour back into the university that gave me an opportunity when I didn't quite know what was next." Kamara will be recognized for this gift on the field during the orange and white game tomorrow. And now, we've already mentioned how much of an interesting week it's been for the Lady Vols in the transfer portal, but on a positive note, Tennessee legends Candace Parker and Shamiqua Holdsclaw were inducted into the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame class of 2026 on Saturday.
Now they will be joining Tamika Catchings, who was inducted in 2020. The class of 2026 will be enshrined at the 2026 Hall of Fame Enshrinement Weekend, which will take place August 14th and 15th.
Now, moving from the court over to the diamond, Tennessee baseball lost their series this past weekend to 24-ranked LSU. The Vols lost the first game Friday after a struggling pitching staff, but bounced back and tied the series on Saturday with a Blake Grimmer home run to pull Tennessee ahead. Unfortunately, the Vols went on to lose the series on Sunday, allowing 10 runs in the 12th inning, resulting in a 16-6 extra innings loss.
However, Tennessee did bounce back strong against Northern Kentucky Tuesday, winning 12-6. The Vols look to take on a tough task this weekend against the number 9 Mississippi State Bulldogs down in Starkville, Mississippi. 10th-ranked softball got back on track after taking 2 out of 3 at-home games against South Carolina.
And Carlin Pickens picked up both wins in the series and allowed just 1 earned run in 11 1/3 innings over the weekend. And on Friday, she was honored post-game by 2004 Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch with a golden ticket, signifying Pickens being drafted to the Athletes Unlimited Softball League. Now, offensively, Alana Leach led the way through the weekend with 3 home runs versus the Gamecocks, leaving her with a team-best 8 on the season. And after a pair of midweek wins, scoring 25 runs over, the Lady Vols are off to Lexington for a weekend series versus Kentucky.
Now that's all we got here on Rocky Top, but we'll send it back to the desk to talk about a volunteer taking part in an important weekend in Augusta, Georgia.
Lewis and Aubrey, back to you.
Thanks, guys.